I want to speak about one of my favorite metal bands. If someone asks me which bands you prefer, first of all, I am saying Iron Maiden, afterwards Slayer, and third, I'm saying MANOWAR. And today we will speak about MANOWAR. And when we speak about MANOWAR, first of all, we will speak about the music, not about the lyrics. They have songs with very good lyrics. They have also songs with awful lyrics. Okay, we don't speak also about the whole situation about Carter Logan and the whole problem. We don't speak also about what is going on sometimes in their lives, about they are playing not exactly live, the playback, the whole stories about that. But also we have to say that they have one of the best singers in metal, Eric Adams. That he's one of my best singers in the metal music, together with Bruce Dickinson, with Rob Halford, and together with Ronnie James Dio. Here we will speak about the music, and here I'm starting to speak about which albums I think that they are the best of them and the less best of them. And we have to separate MANOWAR in two categories: their albums, the first period, the first very good period of the Rose of the Boss, and afterwards the second period. So for me, that I prefer, of course, the first period. My first favorite album of them is their third album, Hail to England. Hail to England. I know that many people prefer their second album, Into Glory Ride, but for me, I prefer Hail to England first place, especially because of songs like Blood of My Enemies, It's Down I Die, Kill with Power, Hail to England, Army of the Immortals, and Bridge of Death. Most of their of the songs in this album. And I'm continuing with their fourth album, Sign of the Hammer. That also they have very good songs like Guyana, Court of the Damned, like Sign of the Hammer, like Mountains, one of their best songs, like Thor the Powerhead. Third album for me, favorite album for me, is their second album, Into Glory Ride. Many people, they put this album like their first album. And also they have very good songs like Secret of Steel, Gloves of Metal, Gates of Valhalla, Revelation, March of the Revenge, and for me it's a little bit more doom than the other albums. Fourth album for me, their first album, their debut, Battle Hymns. And here we have to say that MANOWAR, they have in this also album, they have two kinds of songs. The first side, there are more hard rock songs. The second side, more epic songs. And of course, MANOWAR, all the time they had also hard rock songs inside their music, inside their albums. And here I can speak about the song MANOWAR, about the song Dark Adventure and Battle Hymn. And now I'm continuing with one of their albums that Rose the Boss was not inside in this album, but it's also a very, very good album, The Triumph of Steel. Okay, they have also the beginning with a very big song about the War of Troya, of the ancient Greek mythology, and with very good songs like Metal Warriors, like Spirit Horse of the Cherokee, like The Demon's Whips, like Master of the Wind, also one of the best songs of them. Afterwards, Kings of Metal. Kings of Metal, if I'm not mistaken, this is the last album of Rose the Boss. Okay, they have also very good songs here, like Kings of Metal, okay, it's a little bit more hard rock, like Heart of Steel, like The Crown and Ring, like Hail and Kill, of course, my favorite song of them, and like Blood of the Kings. Also, I can say that this is the album with the most best cover album of MANOWAR. I'm continuing with another also album of Ross the Boss. Ross the Boss was inside in these years, Fighting the World, with also good songs as Fighting the World, as Defender, as Holy War, Master of the Revenge, and of course Black Wind, Fire and Steel. And now I'm continuing with their second period, and the best album of this second period, of course, Warriors of the World. They have also very good songs here, like Call to Arms, like Sword in the Wind, like Warriors of the World United, that became one of the most famous songs of them, like Hand of Doom, House of Death, Fight Until We Die. And also with a very good cover. Afterwards, I put their last album until these days, The Lord of Steel. The Lord of Steel, and also here we have an album that is very good, with very good songs like Blacklist, like The Lord of Steel, like Man of Warriors, Born in a Grave, and El Gringo, Hail, Kill and Die, The Kingdom of Steel. Okay, they have also good songs in this album, and I am glad that this is until now their last work, and they didn't they didn't stop until now their albums with their worst album, Gods of War. Afterwards, I'm continue with Louder Than Hell. Okay, this album is not so bad, but if we put it next to the other albums, is very weak. For me here, I prefer songs like King, or like the instrumental song My Spirit Lives On. And the worst album of Manowar for me is Gods of War. That is okay. Here we can find one or two songs that they're a little bit good, like Gods of War, like Sons of Odin, but most of the album is so weak, with so many instrumentals that they're not exactly instrumental songs, interludes. It's a very weak album for Manowar. This is about Manowar, one of the most famous epic metal bands, and one of my three favorite bands of all time inside the metal. From Israel and from Jerusalem, stay metal and stay heavy.